because of the British Premier League, maybe are not as dependent.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of survival.
That's
interesting. It was an interesting approach.
Yeah, almost a farm system, or what we refer to here in the U.S. as a farm system, that pipeline of youth talent. You see that a lot in Holland these days, you know, players coming out the conveyor belt, sold to the big clubs. That's how a lot of the teams make their livings throughout the world. But when you've got that big budget, that big checkbook, it's easy to sometimes make those championships and filling out those rosters slightly easier, as we'll see some timeout called on the field and players getting a chance to water down. It's not excruciatingly hot by Los Angeles standards, early spring, but temperature's starting to warm up after a recent wet spell here in the Southland. Nevertheless, this field, I gotta say, it's really held up. It's not looking pristine, let's be honest, but considering the wear and tear it's been taking,
yeah, it's
a tip of the hat to the groundskeepers, which would be you, right?
10 games over a 4-day period, in which when we showed up it was
Wow.
in really good condition. But those 10 games are going to run a little bit on the pitch, and nonetheless, the Great Park's done a great job in maintaining this facility.
One back by the Swans. Lemus can't win it. For Dallas, good link play here on this near side. Lemus has really been instrumental. A little shove in the back, cynical from Ruben Davis. Gets a little wag of the finger from the referee, and I'm sure he's going to have to tread light. But in the end, perhaps the smart tactical foul. D'Alessandro Rivera. So throw for the right-hand side for Brandon Alvarez. Play will be stopped momentarily as Cameron Congreve is trying to get things right on the 28th minute. Remember, 40-minute halves here. There'll be some extra time applied, and penalty kicks will ensue after the 2 periods of extra time if we are still level. But here's Torres. Good block in. Second ball arrives now for Feruzim, and it's belted by Portales. Got a hold of it, made a full, strong connection, but sent it straight to the keeper.
Keeper does a good job with concentration. Ball skipping about 2. Good thing these fields are in good condition. It took a fair bounce, or the bounce that it should have taken. But he was clean on his collection, and I mean that's what starts to build confidence in your defense too. You know, like okay, even if we can't block the shot, just kind of funnel it a certain way, and we know our goalkeeper can make the save.
He's looked good.
Distribution.
Kid's so far ahead of the curve, so to speak. That's the modern day game, however, as Thomas drops deep. Lloyd under some pressure now from Cruz, who's come forward from his left back roll. Tested for the Swansea, Tyler Evans. Boney was on target in that 4-0 win over Pateadores. Davis on target in both of the last 2 games in the group stage before today's consolation final. They've got the goals in them, but yet to see any now or in. Here's Ryland Feruzim, chips at midfield, takes a chop to the feet, referee waves it on. On to the right, and here come the Galaxy, switching it in. Steven Sugmonian slips around Boney. Torres trying to hold up his run to stay on side. He's got some width for the Galaxy. His first time hit straight to the gloves of Tyler Evans.
Well, what a great little ball by Sigmonian, just slipping it in behind the Porto defense. Unfortunately, couldn't convert on a good service in the cross, but there's another decent chance for the LA Galaxy.
Has some great moments of build-up play. Expansive. Got some width.
Well, this Swansea goalkeeper's got the 40-yard diagonal pass figured out to his outside backs. He's hit about 5 of them this game.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. Here's Jack Caradolgan, supported by James Dolman. Boney in a central role now, as we'll see Caradolgan swap spots with Boney. Well, one back. Good header away that time from Owen Zarnik. Playing in the heart of that defense today with Rivera. Space now for the right back for the Galaxy. Brandon Alvarez sends it down the line for Ryland Feruzim. Flag is down, and this is promising for the Galaxy, but Feruzim squeezed by 2 Swansea defenders. And it'll come out for a Galaxy corner kick. 5th of the afternoon, this time from the opposite side for the first time. We'll see what they draw up here. Thinking about taking it short, and then they'll defer what was going to be Rivera. Now will be Jason Cruz, who's got a pretty sweet left foot, as we mentioned. They'll take it short. And here's D'Alessandro Rivera. Nice little bicycle, and not a bad effort. My goodness, that was audacious. I believe it was Steven Sogmoni, and he got his big right foot up for that one.
Yeah, great contact, great timing. Ball's arriving, gets his foot on it. Unfortunately, it's just to the keeper. Probably three yards either way. That might find the back of the net there, Christian.
Wow, impressive. Here comes Lehman. Connection just not there. Great spell for the Galaxy. Jenkins arrives, but Feruzinen wins it back on the Galaxy's behalf, and they'll build again. On the line, and they appeal for the offside flag. They're not going to get it. Torres in space, but he'll need some help here. Cuts it on the inside, squares it. Sogmonian thinks about it, puts it back on his favored right, lays it off for Portales. Portales will look for some options. Well shut down by that Swansea defense, which remains steadfast, and no way through for Sogmonian. Tidy stuff from the number 10, Joel Cotterill. Tell you what, this is one for the purists. Even the likes of perhaps Pep Guardiola would like it his style. They've kept it on the floor and put together some great movement. Cruz trying to play it early for the run from Torres, but the flag had gone up against the Galaxy striker.
Nice idea, though. You got to threaten in behind the Swansea defense in order to get them to drop off and create that space in midfield. Galaxy have had a couple successful spouts on getting the ball wide and servicing. They've maybe just lacked a little bit of quality on their service, and continue to threaten that middle part. We'll start opening up the channels to maybe slip in some balls in behind those center backs.
Back to Dolman. Swansea trying to rebound after that 5-2 loss yesterday to Sporting Kansas City. The men from the Blue Valley, 5-2 winners. And here comes some cut and thrust from Portales. He's been dynamic. Puts it on that right, slaloms through. Portales! Oh, God, it was a great run that time from Portales, but the finishing product just left a bit to be desired.
Yeah, it's almost like his legs ran out from under him a bit, and he put a lot of work in to get into that space, and then just couldn't quite get enough power in behind his shot, and on top of that, he hit it right at the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper's been pretty sound in his positioning throughout the match, but the Galaxy just haven't quite tested him.
Yeah. They've dominated his possession here in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Boney trying to put an end to that, but just a swarm of white shirts around him every time he touches it. And here comes Ryland Feruzinem for the Galaxy. A little live wire on that right, and it's going to be Alvarez, well intercepted by Kian Thomas. Boney will have to drop back and do the defensive dirty work, which he's done to good effect. 50-50 ball, and this one once again won by Cruz. He's been fantastic in that department, not balking from any challenge.
Love that.
I saw a big smile on your face.
Such composure from the goalkeeper. 30, 35, 40 yards from his own goal. Bring it down, a little shimmy of the hips. Play out simply.
Here's Feruzinem. He's gotten in behind. It's Ryland Feruzinem, misfiring wide. Couldn't find the target. This kid's got something about him, Joshua.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, he's confident in his play. To see how he'll develop physically. I mean, at this age, it's really hard to tell who's going to be tall, small, and really athletic or not. And you don't have to be a monster to have success, but it certainly helps get you those opportunities.
Spoken from the horse's mouth. Mr. Kennedy putting a few saves together during his distinguished career in Major League Soccer. Alvarez trying to hit one for Sogmonian. Second ball drops now for Jonathan Lemus. Lemus, very clever, not lacking confidence, is he? He's supported by Cruz. He's been up and down this left-hand flank. Here's Walter Portales, squares it now. Acres of space now. Jerbaka tries one, hits one, and for the second time, the keeper had to be alert. Jerbaka, that long-range threat once again.
Well, at this age in particular, I mean, this is a tall keeper for Swansea City, but we were just talking about Rojo, and some of these keepers aren't the tallest. So from distance, the goalkeepers have to be up off their line. They have to support the space that's in behind the defense. So from distance to give it a go, have a shot, you just may be able to catch somebody out a little bit too far off their line, and the space could be there to exploit.
We saw it yesterday with Tyler Miller.
Well, that, you know, Tyler Miller, third goal for the LA Galaxy, and there's not, Tyler's in the right position. He has to be up to support his defense on through balls, and if he played on his line, the reality is there's more often through ball threat than getting chipped from 40 yards threat.
Absolutely.
So the ball sat up nicely for Ibrahimovic, and Tyler Miller gets stuck in no man's land, but in my opinion, that's exactly where he needs to be.
Not too often you're encountering the presence of not just a good player, but
that's right,
an all-time great.
World class.
And a stunning goal. If you haven't seen it, folks, go to YouTube, look it up. Go to the LAGalaxy.com website. Unbelievable strike. Half volley picked up from what, you'd say about 45?
That's right.
45 yards out. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the hero yesterday. What a story. Just capturing the imagination of not just soccer fans, but all sports fans here in the Southland since his arrival. But here they come once again. The Galaxy trying it. This time it's Jerbaka with that long-range hit, but lacking any power.
Well, Jerbaka's the more of a holding midfield lineup, but he keeps finding himself on the ball about 30 to 25 yards out from goal. Great technique, good power. Swansea's goalkeeper's again in a good position. He's nice, long, tall frame. Doesn't have any problems reaching up to grab that one out of the air.
So the Galaxy keep it on the throw. Inside of 2 minutes left. Remember, 40-minute halves at the LA Galaxy Cup 2018. Is there a flourish in the finish now for Swansea? Out comes Rojo, and he had to be alert and looking very nimble with his feet because Davis was bearing down on him. Wonderful ball through. That really could have turned this game on its head. Very much against the run of play. Here's Joel Cotterill. Can Swansea sneak one before halftime? Sent clear by Alvarez. Good link play. Beautiful turn from Congreve to release Keane on the right. Just a wonderful piece of skill from Cameron Congreve.
Yeah, real nice play. Change the point of attack through midfield. Couple good little turns in there from the Swansea players.
Little around the world pivot point of distribution, not too shabby. Here's Boney, who's on side. Nice little layoff for Ben Lloyd. Puts it at the top of the penalty area before it's cleared away. Karadogan, good strength there from the Swansea number 4. He's got support from Dolman. Positive spell this, can they to finish on the front foot, so to speak. Zarnik forced to come across to clear it away from Boney. It's a good test of this back four. Swansea starting to flex their muscle late in the first half. Boney looking to turn. Oh, he's gathering a sea of white. Karadogan, nowhere to go, and Thomas plays the simple ball through. Karadogan, nice feet there. Karadogan with the cross, and Rojo sure-handed at that near post, but once again, like see some great build-up play from the Swans. Karadogan especially standing out, slipping past his marker before cross away. And here they come once again. Just trying to play through. It's on for Jeff Boney. Rojo's out, but the flag had gone up offside against Swansea. Almost too good to be true as he moved in time. Here's D'Alessandro Rivera. Nice little push from Alvarez, who does well to ride the challenge. Good strength from the right back. Sogmonian. Look at the space in the pocket. Sogmonian. He's not shy of come out firing. A young man who has tremendous confidence and a pretty good right foot as well. And Dan, that's going to do it in the first half. Hey, no goals, but some entertaining stuff.
Yeah, it was open. It was open play. I feel like Galaxy had the better run of it. A few more opportunities created. So you have to give credit to Swansea's goalkeeper. He's been in great positions. He's a tall kid, so he's been conservative with how far he plays out of his line, but it's served him very well in this game so far. It'll be interesting to see if either coaches decide to change formations or put on some substitutes to try to open this game up a little bit more.
Well, some good looks for the Galaxy. Overwhelming share of possession here in the first half. Swansea with some great chances, came on strong at the end. 40 minutes in the books, and still 40 minutes to go. Halftime here in Orange County. The LA Galaxy 0, Swansea City 0. Stay with us.
For me, as far as MLS is concerned, I get a little nostalgic. I started thinking about all those memories, all those good times, all the games, that were played here, and all the teammates and fans, through the years that, to be honest, quite a few we still know and still love and have around to this day. As far as what soccer means to this city, I think it's the point where it all started, not only for this city but for the country. I mean, you look back at the history of MLS, people don't realize that this is a city that people didn't think would take to soccer, beforehand. But to look at this first game that was held here at the Rose Bowl in Los Angeles, to have 67,000 people here, and people still coming to the game at halftime, I think that was that moment where everyone said, wait a second, soccer's here to stay.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like home now. The first time you walk in the locker room and you see the Galaxy everywhere, it's a little different, but now it just feels like home. And luckily for us, a lot of the new guys actually all know each other and know some of the veterans on the team as well, so it makes the meshing a little easier. We're already kind of getting on the same page and look forward to get rolling. Yeah, I think consistency is the key for that, and not just from the goalkeeper position, but from the whole back four and from the midfield and from the forwards, and just get everyone on the same page defensively. If you can make the guy next to you a little better and we all work together, we're going to have a really good team. It's been fun. It's been hard, but preseason it's good. Getting our fitness under us, and we got to play a few times, and we really just want to keep playing and getting better. David Bingham, goalkeeper from San Ramon, California. Really excited to get down here and get going and play in front of all the fans at the StubHub Center, and we look forward to having lots of wins here this year.
I think that soccer has integrated itself very well here in Los Angeles. It's the home of the Los Angeles Galaxy, and you have fans all the way from the Valley to downtown, East Los Angeles to the coast. LA is nothing without soccer, and soccer is nothing without the Galaxy. I don't think there are many things that mean more to a footballer than playing the game and receiving new kits, receiving new cleats, playing with new balls. It's all part of, the thing that keeps your childhood passion alive. So I think it's always great to put on a new kit, and it's always nice to see fresh faces in a new kit, and you just feel like a whole new year is upon us. We're embarking on this new year with a new kit, with new faces, and looking towards the future.
Once the re-entry draft came about, spoke to Ziggy. He told me how he felt that there was a potential of choosing me in the draft, and he kind of wanted to hear if I would want to come in. It was kind of an easy decision. I've played for Ziggy before. It was a no-brainer for sure. Just super excited, man. It's definitely going to be a very good challenge, given the way that the team did last year, and kind of knowing that we have something to prove this year. It's a pretty new group, really. So try and get settled as quickly as possible, and just try and do the best that I can to help this team forward. I guess I'm more of a 6. I'm more of a guy who sits in front of the back 4. But just try and keep it simple, get the ball from point A to point B. Just try and be, that consistent player. Yeah, I'm just super excited to be close to home, and for my family to get the chance to see me play live. They're the type of family who is going to come to every game. They're only two hours away. They're huge fans of the game. They're really going to enjoy being close. The main thing for me, and I think for the rest of the team, is trying to get the Galaxy back to where it should be. Hi, I'm Serrano Carrasco. I'm really excited for the season. We're really looking forward to seeing you guys at the games, and thank you for all the support.
And we welcome you back to the Orange County Great Park here at Irvine, California, the culmination of a 5-day extravaganza of youth international soccer. And the final game of the tournament today is the LA Galaxy at halftime, goalless against Swansea City. We are very pleased to bring this to you here on Galaxy Radio, broadcasting exclusively on LAGalaxy.com. And I tell you what, a very entertaining first 40 minutes here. Both these two teams playing open, attractive soccer. That's the reputation for years in and year out for Swansea City, but the Galaxy really replicating that to very good effect. And hey, Dan Kennedy, we didn't have any goals, but we certainly had some great attacking chances in the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, I thought Drbaka had a really strong first half for the LA Galaxy. Here he is shooting from distance, goalkeeper making a great save, tipping the ball over. They did have success wide. They just weren't able to connect things on frame with their shots towards goal. And then finally, the goalkeeper just in the right place, right time. Galaxy with the majority of these highlights, and that's how the first half felt. It felt like they were in control of the attack. There was a couple transition moments for Swansea. In the end, Drbaka again from distance. I'm not sure if the goalkeeper touched it or not, but the referee did give the Galaxy a corner kick off of that play. Here's Swansea at the other end. Boney just creating some opportunities off of his physical power and ability. He's played in a couple of different positions just in the first half. All in all, for a 0-0 game, I thought it was entertaining.
Absolutely, and of course the Galaxy owning a majority of possession, the better the chances, but Swansea City really coming on strong in the second half. We'll see if that's almost a little bit of foreshadowing for the second half. Speaking of which, we're going to take a short, quick break, but keep it right here. When you return, Dan and I will be right back with the second half from Orange County next. And we welcome you back to Orange County's Great Park as we get set for the second half between the Galaxy and Swansea City. And we're going to see some changes coming on here for a Swansea team, of course, affiliated with the very same squad in the English Premier League. And we'll get a chance to take a look at some updated changes for the Galaxy. Looks to be the same 11 that we saw at the beginning, but the second half is underway. Swans, of course, in their blacks, kicking from right to left across your screen, and I'm sure they'll really want to get a better foothold in midfield and get some more possession out of the second half than they had in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I expect to just dictate the possession a little bit, but it's this territory war of Galaxy be able to step up the field. They got 6 players high in their offensive third, even though they're defending, and unless Swansea can have a little bit more success with their possession in the offensive part of the field, Galaxy's still in a spot when there's turnovers like this, where they're already in the attacking half, even though here they're playing negatively, and they've just been able to create a few more goal-scoring opportunities out of it.
So the change in the center of the park is Jack Caradolgan has come off, replaced by the number 16, Rowan Piper. And here come the Galaxy behind Lemur. Good square ball. Sugmonian takes a deflection. Great save from Tyler Evans, who had to adjust his body. Wonderful reactions by the Welsh keeper. He did really, really well with Sugmonian bearing down. The Galaxy will have the corner, the first here in the second half. They're 7th in total. But a wonderful piece of movement, keyed by that run from Lemus, who's been absolutely magnificent. Showing off his pace, able to get in behind and beat his man. Supported now by Alvarez off the restart. Jerbaka for Jason Cruz, who switched over to this right-hand side. No way for Alvarez to get past the defense. They've got Swansea pinned in slightly as it falls all the way back for Portales. You hear the shouts from the sideline from Jamie Harvey, keep the ball. Gives you an idea of how paramount possession is to this Galaxy approach. Alvarez, smart ball, but couldn't keep it in, so a throw now for the Swans. Dan, second half picking up right where the first half left off. Open and attacking.
Yeah, it has a good energy to it. Boys are working hard. Great.
Good save that time we saw moments ago from Evans. Adjusted well with that ball in mid-flight.
Yeah. So he's done well.
Shades of a young Dan Kennedy. Ross Davis now onside. Here comes Congreve. Good moments from Congreve. You can tell he's a very technically blessed player.
About 21 years since I played in this age group.
Well, now you're dating yourself. Pre-internet days, right?
That's right.
Yes, I go even before that, even pre-color days, my friend. But here comes Portales.
Great ball.
Trying to inject some life into this Galaxy attack, and here they come, these youngsters bearing down. Torres makes that overlap. Feruzna makes the run in. The header from the little man, and couldn't quite find its way past the keeper, and Portales chips it up for its dispatch. It sits on the edge. It's Jerbako tries to softly guide one in. So again, the Galaxy just couldn't put that spit and polish on that final finishing product. I tell you what though, Dan, they have looked really good in some of their movement and some of their build-up play.
So Jamie Harvey said that here's another look at the replay. Just can't quite get up enough on the jump to head that ball down. But nonetheless, Jamie Harvey said that he's really proud of his team's performance throughout this entire tournament. And it's just the fact that they haven't been able to convert on all the opportunities that they've had. This looks like an easy offsides call. Referee decides to let it run on. So the performances have been there, Christian, for the LA Galaxy, but it's just that final product, putting the ball in the back of the net, and then it becomes a bit psychological, right?
Yeah.
And teams go through these little 4 to 6 week periods of good form, bad form, and this may be one in which their form is pretty good. They have this little block going on where they're not putting the ball in the back of the net as easily as they used to, or or can do.
How about the pace of Lemus once again? He's in behind. It's Lemus. He'll need some support now on the turn of that left foot. Waiting for the cavalry to arrive. It's Portales. And they hit it first time. Audacious.
Well, Lemus just throws on the brakes there, turns and shakes both the defenders. Unfortunately, they couldn't get anything out of it.
Take a look at this on replay here, Dan. Once again, it's just Lemus using his pace and setting it up nicely. And he had pretty routine. He's been at the center of the best moments here in half number 2 for the Galaxy. Last off of Swansea's Cameron Congreve. Down goes. So a free kick here for the Galaxy. Still no goals in the final game of this tournament. 13 teams from around the world: England, Portugal, the US. Most of the American teams coming from the Southern California area. Sporting Kansas City chipping in with Real Salt Lake. And a host of these youth teams here in the Southland, like San Diego Surf, Legends FC, Real SoCal. Meanwhile, it's Torres. Flag is up. And slightly familiar occurrence for the Galaxy. Torres has got that body of a striker that knows for goal. He's trying to position himself correctly. Here's Alvarez, who lets it run, but straight into the Swansea attack. And Jabaka, what he really tends to things, cleans it up in midfield.
Yeah, Jabaka's got a number 21 for the Galaxy. He's got a big engine on him. He's moved, does a lot of running and covers a lot of ground on the field.
So does Feruzdim and so does Portales. Those two, a good two-man show. Portales is in. He's got one with him, Torres, and it's a great tackle at the back. Wonderful play, you would have to say, from the Swansea defender, Kia Jenkins, who did really well with Portales bearing down.
This Swansea goalkeeper loves this ball out to the outside back or outside midfielders. It's great to watch.
How about the tackle there from little Ryland Feruzdim? Smallest man on the pitch, but not at all intimidated.
And that's actually another development point that has helped the progress of great players is the referees have become more knowledgeable about the game. It's called a little bit. Here's a turnover potentially.
Yeah, and it goes back to the keeper now. It may open up for Sogmonian. It does for Jabaka. Around one, Jabaka lets it rip, and once again, this time he hits it. And Kai Jabaka with a goal to remember. 48 minutes in, and the Galaxy on a piece of superb finishing from Kai Jabaka make it 1-0.
Well, third time's a charm here for Jabaka. He's floating around this area. Let's take a look at the replay. Great movement to his right, keeps it on his preferred foot. He just keeps shooting, keeps challenging himself. This one's right up the middle, and even with the goalkeeper being tall for Swansea, he still sneaks it over him and tucks it under the crossbar. Great finish, really nice technique. I mean, we've seen it from Jabaka throughout the game, whether it's passing or shooting. He has the ability to connect the ball to his players or to shoot from distance. He's had a massive engine throughout the match, just covering ground. In midfield, he'll tuck into the back line when the team's possessing. Jabaka's had a really strong game for this LA Galaxy side today.
And opting for placement and finesse over pure power. Good piece of finishing from Jabaka. Getting goals from midfield now. The Galaxy with their tails up, feeling pretty confident. What kind of a reaction will we see out of the Swans?
Well, now that this is the game changes with goals, and the Swansea team has prioritized possession, but now they're going to have to possess, and they're going to have to do something with possession like they're doing now, get the ball forward and attack. It'll open them up at the back a little bit, and that's where Galaxy will have possibly a chance to put the game away with a second goal.
And Feruzdim trying to drop that shoulder down that right-hand side. He's just shouldered out of play by Kian Thomas. Quick throw in now for the Galaxy, or rather Swansea City. Super backheel from Boney to locate Joe Cotterill. And here they come. Positives play from this. Here comes Boney, drops that shoulder. Out comes the keeper, Joshua Rojo. And it's very nimble. Another look at it here.
Ooh, nice little shoulder challenge there. Get up, get on with it.
Part of the game. High pressure now from Swansea. See how they adjust their tactics and their shape. Now that the Galaxy has stolen one in the early parts of the second half. Great beginning. Couldn't script it better for LA. And here comes Boney. And rising well was D'Alessandro Rivera, but only as far as Joel Cottrell. He's got the support of Ben Lloyd, the captain, who's dispossessed. And here they come once again, the Galaxy. Sogmonian, great turn through midfield. He's a tricky prospect, isn't he? Beautiful stuff from Sogmonian, but he couldn't find the link to Rylan Faruzna. End-to-end stuff and a pretty good clip and pace.
Yeah, you have to be impressed. You remember that this is the 4th game in 5 days for these players, and the tempo of the game is still high, and they're still getting out and closing down things defensively, high up the pitch.
Throwing the likes a flight halfway across the world for the Welsh team. Their style is really draining on them. But it's open now. It's opened up for Sogmonian. Here's Faruzna, drops the shoulder. Faruzna goals for glory. It's going to be a tough angle for the little winger. He couldn't quite cut it. Once again on the approach to the Galaxy, taking advantage of that advantage played by the referee.
Yeah, Faruzna's been pretty dynamic throughout the game. You see him get the ball on his right foot, push it to his left, and high post, near post, can't pull it off. But Faruzna's dynamic, man. He's just moving in and out of space. He gets the ball on his foot, and he likes going at defenders. But we got to say that Drbaka coming off, been the man of the match so far in this. He had 52 minutes. He's done a really fantastic job for himself in this tournament. Nice way to cap it off with a highlighted goal against Swansea City.
And he'll be replaced by the number 13, Brandon Tellez. He'll take up that similar role in the center of the park. Now, whether it's type of duties required of him, that will remain to be seen. But a shove from the strong physical presence of Jeff Boney, and he's really well. Boney wants it on that left foot, cuts it back. And fortunately for the Galaxy, Cruz was there.
Boney is, I mean, he's very physical, very powerful, and he's very skillful. And at this level, sometimes when the best player on the field has that ability, they tend to hold on to the ball just a little bit too long. We've seen that just a couple times from him. But fantastic prospect in this tournament, one of the top players for sure.
So the goal scorer off, Torres. And that strike against Manchester United a few days ago. Trying to repeat those exploits, and good first touch in. Ben Lloyd, that's something that's been lacking for Swansea City, just trying to knit together midfield to the attack. Not a lot of chances up top for Ruben Davis. Alvarez. A little fight from Swansea right now, a little more urgency. Trying to fight their way back from this deficit. It's a good ball in the center now for Faruzna. He drops, he's got the width from Cruz. Run from his fullback spot. Tellez flares out wide on the left-hand side. Torres and Sogmonian waiting for it in the middle. Great piece of skill from Tellez, but it drifts over the byline, and a goal kick here for Swansea. Fresh legs will do you wonders, even at this level. Tellez bringing a bit of pace in the center of the park, that's for sure. Faruzna continues to be a thorn in Swansea's side. He's really taken good control of that left-hand side of the Galaxy attack. Here's Sogmonian. Musu couldn't quite control it now. It drops for Sogmonian in support, and he's got several options. Calls his own number, and that one blazes high. Sogmonian showed his power.
Yeah, just a little high. I mean, he actually strikes the ball really well. You'll see here, takes it, gets it out from under his feet, running on it, just leans back a little bit. The little knuckle on the ball would have really troubled the goalkeeper if he could have kept it down.
So we'll see a switch now for Swansea. Tom Stokes coming on. And we'll see the number 14, Regan Calkins come off. Stokes on target yesterday against the Sporting Kansas City Academy. You can't get those goals, and that's what they need right now. This may alter the shape a little bit as Calkins is playing a little wider on this left-hand side. We're going to see Stokes play a little more advanced. So a little change of philosophy from Ryan Davis. And here's the first touch for the substitute, Stokes. Brought down by Rivera. Boney. He's done well. A little overzealous and perhaps ill-advised, you'd have to say.
Yeah, well,
unless you're Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
That's right. This is, I mean, you look at the clock, 56 minutes in, and you got to start taking some chances. Swansea have done well possessing the ball. They haven't necessarily had sustained possession in the defensive third of the LA Galaxy, so players are going to start needing to take just some more risks with these half chances that they're getting. Boney's doing exactly that.
He's definitely a danger, Boney. One of those 4 goal scorers against Patiadores on Thursday. Friday, of course, the rest day. Ian Jenkins. Better spell this from Swansea City after the goal. Just lit their fire slightly. In the midfield is Rowan Piper, the substitute, helped on by Davis, who's dropped it a little bit of a deeper role since Stokes has come on, and releasing Congreve has come wide on his left-hand side. He's done brilliantly. Great looking cross. Boney's first touch was a little bit behind him and heavy. And Feruzin trying to work his way past Joel Cottrell to no avail. He's come out into a wide roll on the right-hand side. Starting to see the best from Swansea here. And there, past Cruz, and the penalty is rewarded. Handball against the Galaxy, and a trip to the spot here for Swansea City. And the golden ticket to get back into this game, Dan.
Well, that's tough. As a defender, you're just trying to make a play. You're sliding in the box, and you have an outstretched arm just to brace your slide. Here's a perfect look at it. Swansea player driving in the box. He goes across the top. It's the right call by the referee because Boney's lurking in the space that the ball's traveling to. You have to call that penalty kick, and now we'll see who has the nerves here, the goalkeeper or the shooter.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be Cameron Congreve against Joshua Rojo. This to equalize. Congreve, 1-1. And Swansea City right back in it. The handball called against the Galaxy. The correct call made by the official. And just like that, the Swans showing some good fight back here away from home, halfway across the world. You
got to push the tempo, and you just got to get the ball in the box. Good things will happen. And, you know, sometimes you just need a bounce to go your way. Swansea got exactly that. Well, we got game on, Christian.
I have to say, they really took it to this Galaxy defense after that goal on the 49th from Jerbaka. Now we're going to see another switch here as we take another look.
The penalty shows like he's going to cross his body, leaves it open, keeper commits. Every penalty that ends up in the back of the net is a good penalty, Christian.
Well said. Change it.
Brilliant stuff. Groundbreaking.
Yes, insightful. And Boney skipped past two. He's done really well. They're on the front foot. It's Boney! What power from the son of Wilfred Boney. He likes it on his left.
This is just how momentum shifts, and now it's the Swansea team that's feeling good and talking about getting some sustained attacking options here. Galaxy are going to have to respond.
So Alvarez, who is playing at right back for the Galaxy, has come out. He's replaced by Diego Matamoros, who's seen limited time as a substitute in this tournament. Came off the bench against Man United a few days ago. We'll see how that affects things for Jamie Harvey. Had some joy down this left-hand side, have Swansea City. And here's Congreve, the goal scorer, dropping it back for Jenkins. There's a certain pep in their step, confidence restored for the men from Wales, and here comes Sugmonian. And he's pulled the ground. That's a little bit cynical, but in the end, a tactical foul made. he's going to be booked. Ben Lloyd, where's the captain's armband? First man caution for Swansea. Free kick for Portales. Game on here. 20 minutes remaining. As a reminder, 20 minutes.
Fonny creates some space for himself. Pushes on past another defender. Gets his hips around it. Little tee-up touch. And that was it. That was the touch that let him down. It was the prep touch to shoot, and it took him away from goal instead of towards goal. But good opportunity.
And great opportunity here. The equalizer in for the Galaxy. Sugmonian read it to perfection. Takes advantage of that second ball, and just like that, the Galaxy right back in front. 2-1.
Well, Sigmonian is the player for the Galaxy that has really helped them in the offensive third in this tournament. And ball sits up nicely for him. Great technique, just to be patient enough to let the ball drop down. Keeps his knee over it. Great finish in the end.
He did well, and watch
Takes his
technique.
time. Look at this. Brilliant, coming across his body. Goalkeeper has absolutely no chance when it's that when the range is that close to him.
And you know, I mean, at this point, you really don't want to single out and stand out individual performers, but he has been amongst the best. Set up the equalizer against Man United, influential to a very high degree in the center of the park. This time rewarded with the goal that puts the Galaxy right back out in front. So things level for just the space of 3 minutes before the Galaxy restore order. And off that foul, it proved to be costly, but it's opened up space for the Swans. And here come the visitors down this right-hand side. Good cross in. The header, out comes Rojo. Couldn't get it on the first time, but gets it on the second. And may have gotten a piece of Tom Stokes in the process.
Well, strong goalkeeper from Rojo. Ball's just floated in from Boney a little bit high. Keeper comes out, decides to punch. Regardless, when you gotta come all the way. That's exactly what Rojo did. A little bit of contact on the play. Got a Swansea player down.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just a knock and nothing too serious.
Yeah, Stokes came up and challenged Rojo for that, and it really landed awkwardly. So looking at a chance to talk things over. Swansea getting an opportunity now to make another change. As Ryan Davis not shy about altering things in the complexion of his team. So coming on is the number 15, Luke Salter. We'll see how his role will affect this tactical setup here. It's Keaton Thomas who is playing it right back, and I do believe that's where Walter has come in. We'll see how things shake out. Chance for these kids to reconvene. It's Congreve. Just comes off a little worse for wear. Take it as Knox. Remember, he came in as a second-half substitute. It's had a positive impact on things, and part of the big reason that why Swansea City got themselves back into this game. They're going to have to do it for the second time this afternoon if they want to take something positive for the culmination of the inaugural LA Galaxy Cup. So Swansea temporarily down to 10. Luke Salter, wearing the number 14 in black, on for the Swans. Still a roll on the left-hand side of midfield. Here's Fruznin, who goes down in a heap. Free kick to LA.
Here we go. A little bit late, coming across. Player goes down. Simple call for the referee.
No doubt about it. So we're going to see some changes coming in. We can tell you that Diego Alvarez is going to take the field. Matamoros wearing the number 34 came a little bit earlier, and we're going to get our first look today of Joseph Bustamante wearing the number 30 in white. Young man to the left. So we'll see how it shakes out. Bustamante will have to wait before the substitute can come on. Alvarez, meanwhile, is on. Looks as though he's going to take up that spot here, Dan. A little bit more advanced on the right-hand side.
Yeah, creative option for the Galaxy. There's a Alvarez. just like all of his brothers that play at the top level in the U.S. soccer scene. Be interested to see what he brings to the table.
So now we get to see Bustamante come on. There's unlimited substitutions. Chance to play into good effect. Here's a goal scorer. Boney, and he's dispossessed. Space opens up now, and here comes Jeff Boney. Smart, intelligent ball. Played forward now for Stokes. Has his pocket picked, and the first touch for Alvarez. Trying to play it long, but hits it into no man's land. Fortunately, though, it's tracked down by Bustamante, who's heavy on that touch. It'll drift out of play, and a goal kick here for Swansea City. Bustamante has a robust physical presence, you can tell.
Yeah, he sure does.
He's not going to be dislodged off the ball easily. Of course, these young men just maturing at different rates. Everybody grows up a little bit differently. Alvarez just came on. Good touch in the center for Portales. He's played a real dynamic role. Torres has been very quiet here in the second half. Comes out wide. Harassed by Congreve as it drops for Alvarez. Slips around one. Very clever. Nice looking cross to that far post. Well done, Diego Alvarez.
Well, that's the quality Alvarez brings. Gets the ball on his right foot. Looks like he's going to cut inside to his left. Slips a little, whether it's a nutmeg or just slips it around the defender, and then serves in a nice quality cross. I mean, that's when you make substitutes as a coach. Little slip, little meg. Great service across. I mean, just a little bit high. And when you make substitutes as a coach, Jamie Harvey, what he's looking for is a positive impact from those players that come on. Alvarez making a nice case for himself just 3-4 minutes into the game.
Now here's Joe Bustamante, leaves it off. Alvarez, good first touch around one. Just gets it caught in the spokes, however, and a great recovery from Ben Lloyd. Matamoros wasn't quite, just took his eye off the ball there. We're going to see a change at keeper here for Galaxy. Or rather, Tyler Evans will.
Well, Tyler Evans, one of the men of the match. Fantastic performance today.
Another change, we'll see the number 12, Tom Tweedy, come on. So Evans comes off, and he'll be replaced in goal by Evan Watts. They're really emptying out the benches today. So Tweedy and Watts on. We'll see what kind of an effect they have. Alvarez getting himself tied up in knots. Portales able to claim it on the Galaxy's behalf, and he's tugged to ground. Free kick for the hosts. Just about 12 minutes plus added on time left in this tournament. The Galaxy behind Submonian. Making a good case of player of the tournament, at least for the Galaxy. Matamoros showing it up at right back, and that's a cheap giveaway. Claimed in the center from Stokes, and here they come. A little number 15, Luke Salter, getting involved. A drop of the shoulder from Boney, no way past Cruz. Tejas there aiding defensively. See the chance. The feeling that perhaps fatigue might be playing a slight role with this many games in such a short period. Remember, they had 3 preliminary or group stage games before this one since Wednesday. And here's Boney on the front foot. Nice cross in, headed away by D'Alessandro Rivera. And this is going to be a free kick that's in very, very dangerous territory.
Well, it's the right call by the referee. LA Galaxy defender just gets on the wrong side of him, hits him behind, and it's going to be a foul every single time. So now you have a goalkeeper that just gets subbed on, hasn't had a touch of the ball. Swansea City have a free kick just on top of the D, about 22 yards out. If I'm the coach for Swansea City, I want to make sure that this ball's on frame and test the goalkeeper who just got subbed into this game, Christian.
Yeah.
Here's a replay. Just a little lazy, a little late. Referee's going to call that every single time, and the reality is the ball was probably traveling by the Swansea attacking player anyway, so he could have just let it ran. But it's these little small things, these little disciplines that add up if you don't. They're like penalties in football.
Now from about 20 yards out, belted in. What a hit and what a goal. It's a showstopper extraordinaire, and it's brilliant. Just like that, Swansea City behind a super strike. It's Cameron Congreve, and it's 2-2.
Well, what a strike, Christian. We'd like to see this on the replay. Left-footed, and he actually takes like a little walk-up approach, almost like a punter does in the NFL, to get his pacing right. Steps over it, left foot, just swings it over the wall. Fantastic finish for a youngster.
What a free kick. Take a bow. Cameron Congreve. Unbelievable stuff. For the second time today, Swansea City coming back from a goal down. Very impressive. So tough to do, Dan. I don't care if you're 25 or 15 or 14. You throw in the travel and the amount of games to have this technique.
And the hardest thing to do is not to overhit it, and it's really just a stroke. And if you technically hit it correctly, the ball is going to pop off your foot nicely. That's exactly what happened.
It's Congreve's second goal of the tournament. He scored in that 4-0 win over Pateadores on Thursday. Is there another answer from the Galaxy? Remember, they had a swift retort with Sogmonian's goal after Swansea managed to equalize from Congreve, who's on the double. Congreve, the dead ball, dead eye. Cynical foul at the back, but Zarnik really forced into it. So, my, would set up a real good final 10 minutes here in Irvine. Key number of substitutes deployed, some fresh legs out there. It's helped on by Jenkins, but he made it difficult. Retrieved by Alvarez. Loses out on the 1v1 to the goal scorer. Congreve is looking to head onto a hat trick, but it's Tellez who gets his foot in there on the Galaxy's behalf. Boney helps it on, and this could be the moment. It's Stokes. It took a deflection, but the flag had gone up anyway.
Yeah, just looked offsides to me from our vantage point. Doesn't mean that was necessarily the case, but the ref decided it was.
He's been problematic for that Galaxy defense.
Yeah. Well, now it's just opening up, and as you said, 4 games, 5 days, tired legs,
yeah.
Games tied. There's been 4 goals just in this half alone. So both teams are pushing it, feeling like they can sneak another one. Should make for a good 7-8 minutes here.
Absolutely inspired stuff from Swansea City. Piper, always done well. He found the link to Boney. Sweet feet right now as it comes into a wide roll. And this time it's Boney against Zarnik. Here comes the cavalry and it's hit. Salter! What a goal! And what a comeback! Luke Salter off the bench and into the goals. And would you believe Swansea City with their 3-2 to the Swans.
Well, a lot of credit to Boney here. Is just the patience and willingness to incorporate his teammates into a play. He's in a position wide where he can take on that back 1v1, and he elects to just lay a really nicely weighted pass into the path of his teammate, and it's right here. What's the decision? Okay, pass, not too hard. Smooth approach, great technique. Just dink it far post over the goalkeeper. He's got no chance. But it's all about, he's in this attacking position, Boney, where he can really drive at the outside back, and it's the intelligent position to play your teammate who's in a better spot and converts on what was a great team goal.
Incredible stuff. What a turnabout here. Galaxy for leading about 65 minutes of this game, most of the match, and now they're in the hole. Can they dig themselves out? So back, Matamoros keeper thought about it, bounces in. It's nearly on for Alvarez, but Watt able to get there in time. He came on in relief moments ago of Tyler Evans, and like his predecessor, looks to be a player that fits the part. Tall for his age. On by Boney. Stokes in, and the Galaxy substitute goalkeeper who's come on Michael Hernandez able to get a foot to that. Haven't called his name much despite being beat twice. And my oh my, this game becomes stretched. It's Hernandez who came on for Rojo. As we had a flurry of substitutions all at once. Remember, unlimited at this level. And not surprised to see so many coming in due to the fact that, as Dan mentioned and we talked about earlier, 4 games in 5 days does take its toll.
Yeah, and I mean, the coaches want to get all these players on the field.
Alvarez.
Whether it's the Galaxy players that are playing in their home tournament, or it's the Swansea team that's traveled, halfway across the world to be here. It's about trying to find a way to activate everybody on the roster.
Absolutely. And regardless of what is in these kids' futures, they can take that one to the grave with them, saying, hey, I played in international tournaments against the LA Galaxy or Swansea City, a little feather in their cap. So long searching ball over the head. Here comes Boney, and Hernandez does well. He's had to be alert. He's looked good coming off his line. Big, strong, tall frame as well. So out of the back is their life for the Galaxy. Torres. There's a lot of work in front of him. He's done well, but Jenkins coming back along with the goal scorer, Cameron Congreve. And a free kick won by the Swans. Time running out on the Galaxy with under 4 minutes left, plus added on time. Torres, you can see, read his body language. A little mixture of fatigue and disappointment, but there's still time to get back into it.
Yeah, as these games go late, typically it's 1 or 2 more opportunities. And so that's what you have to kind of maintain focus on. Okay, when my chance comes, can I take it?
Torres, couldn't be Jenkins to it. Back to Evan Watt. Time of the essence now. And Watt with a nice kicking game out to the right-hand side. Didn't he do well there? Piper, nearly caught in possession.
A little frustration, a little kick out. But this only, when you act on those types of moments as a player for the Galaxy, and it just slows the game down, and it puts the ball just in complete control of the Swansea team, and you can tell the goalkeeper's going to come up and take this. They're going to take their time, make the ref push the game along.
Off the head of Zarnik, here's Salters, scored that goal moments ago. By the way, nice little assist that time from Boney on that Salter goal. Here's Brandon Diaz on a burst through midfield. Haven't had that cohesion in the passing game in the second half that they had through large spells of this one, but they've got the resilience. And here comes Sogmonian now, and he's got a 2v4, trying to lead it for Torres, and it's a little too obvious as Jenkins makes easy work of that. Swansea trying to ride it out now. Alessandro Rivera for Michael Hernandez. Wide on the left now for Cruz. He's been really quiet himself. He had those marauding, deep attacking runs in the first half. I haven't seen much of those in the second. Bustamante. Forteyes. Better this. Portales trying to turn. The hard worker, Walter Portales, that's for sure. Is Matamoros with his head up, but plays it into space. Asking a bit too much of Diego Alvarez. May drop. They need some cohesion. They need it now. Nice first touch that time from Portales. Puts himself in, and he's brought to ground right in front of the referee.
Yeah. Tactical foul. Smart. The low momentum shift there for the Galaxy getting into the attack. One player swiped at it. Didn't connect. Next player. Yeah, we'll make sure to bring him down. Let the entire team get behind the ball. You have to be. There's strike one. Oh, there's the hit on the second go around, but this comes down to these players learning about game management.
Yeah.
And you chasing this game, and then you find yourself in the lead 3-2. Now a minute left in regulation, and it's about just limiting chances, slowing the game down.
So they'll sit over it now, trying to pick out Zarnik off the head of Boney. And Rivera sees it drift out and play. The Galaxy will keep it on the corner kick. So the corner kick coming up here. It's going to be Bustamante. Now or never, final minute plus added on time. The Galaxy trying to fight their way back and straight into the gloves of the Welsh goalkeeper, Evan Watt. He looks strong, assured, and confident there.
Yeah, real strong goalkeeper. This is exactly what you need your goalkeepers to do. Lots of pressure in the situation. It's a corner kick late in the game. You got to, if it's in your area, it's in your 6-yard box, you need to come and punch or come and collect. And if you come and collect, you have to maintain and hold the ball. Well done by that goalkeeper.
So we move into stoppage time. Played in for Alvarez. He's got some space, but couldn't work his way around Jenkins. They're up against it, Swansea. Do they have enough left in the tank to see it out? What a game this has been. A great way to cap this tournament. So Alvarez to take it. And here comes the keeper, Michael Hernandez. We've seen this time in and time out. Will there be any last-minute heroics? Alvarez drives one in. Watch! Had it on a line all the way. What a take! And that's something you see at the top level. And that is going to do it. And a big, big tip of the hat to Swansea City, trailing most of this game, but getting comeback strikes on 2 occasions from Cameron Congroves from the spot on the 58th minute after Djerbaka had made it 1-0. And then it was Sugmonian making it 2-1 shortly thereafter, only to see Congreve once again put them level. But in the end, it was Luke Salter played in by Jeff Boney, and you really got to salute this comeback from Swansea City.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. They first half weren't executing their possession very well. Galaxy's pressure defensively really kept them in the attack whenever balls would turn over, and it gave them a big advantage. Second half, game opens up a little bit. Galaxy's pressure is not as collective, not as sound. Swansea's able to possess the ball a little bit more freely in their attacking half, creating a few more opportunities than they saw certainly in the first half. But you have to give credit to Boney. He was the one that was giving the LA Galaxy defense the most problems, and it was the moments that he decided to pass the ball that he became the most influential. And Djerbaka, for me, for the Galaxy, I mean, he was probably the most influential player, and he was taken off in the 51st minute, probably the rest of those legs that he's worked hard all tournament. But it was an impact on the game bringing him off the field.
So the comeback complete. Swansea City 3, the Galaxy 2. Keep it right here on Galaxy Radio. Dan and I will be right back with match highlights, and we'll be back to wrap it up next.
Once the re-entry draft came about, spoke to Ziggy. He told me how he felt that there was a potential of choosing me in the draft, and he kind of wanted to hear if I would want to come in. It was kind of an easy decision. You know, I've played for Ziggy before. It was a no-brainer for sure. Just super excited, man. It's definitely going to be a very good challenge, given the way that the team did last year, and kind of knowing that we have something to prove this year. It's a pretty new group, really. So try and get settled as quickly as possible, and just try and do the best that I can to help this team forward. I guess I'm more of a 6. I'm more of a guy who sits in front of the back 4. But just try and keep it simple, you know, get the ball from point A to point B. Just try and be, you know, that consistent player. Yeah, I'm just super excited to be close to home and for my family to get the chance to see me play live. They're the type of family who is going to come to every game. You know, they're only two hours away. They're huge fans of the game. You know, they're really going to enjoy being close. You know, the main thing for me, and I think for the rest of the team, is trying to get the Galaxy back to where it should be. Hi, I'm Serrano Carrasco. I'm really excited for the season. We're really looking forward to seeing you guys at the games, and thank you for all the support.
And we welcome you back to Orange County's Great Park, the culmination of what has been a wonderful tournament at the under 14 level. It's the LA Galaxy Cup 2018, and we had a showstopper of a final game. The LA Galaxy dominating proceedings in the first half, the better of the chances, had a 1-goal lead at halftime. But we saw the comeback and the fight back from Swansea City as they made the adjustments, got themselves back into it, and stole it late. Let's take a look back at the highlights here. It was Jerbaka coming up trumps early on in the second half, and then it was Torres trying to help. The Galaxy looking good at this point. They're going to walk away with it here.
Well, in the first half, it was literally all LA Galaxy. Their sustained pressure as Swansea tried to possess out of the back was the difference in their ability to swing the momentum into their favor and create more goal-scoring opportunities. But it's just that. They were only opportunities in the first half, and it kept the game level going into halftime. Goalkeeper for Swansea City came up with some good saves, as you see Jerbaka going at distance time and time again. And then in the second half, things change. The legs get a little bit tired. You make a few substitutions, and the momentum just it really shifted to an even game, open game, and there was some more opportunities created for both teams, and it was really I thought it was really fun to watch. 5 goals in one half of soccer, and some good ones at that. Again, Jerbaka's name comes up as he sidesteps. Great strike, tucks it right under the crossbar and puts Galaxy up and in control. Swansea are forced to step up the field now and play a little bit more to try to go get their own goal. It leaves for more opportunities for the LA Galaxy, and they just weren't able to convert on enough of their created chances in this game to put it away, and it left Swansea around. You get a play that leads to a handball, but this is just a superb second goal for the Galaxy. Here we see Rojo cleaning up the box for a little guy. He does a really good job on his timing. You have to give credit to Swansea in the end, though. They were the ones that fought back off of just an opportune penalty kick. That really shifted the momentum and gave them some belief. Boney was patient as he attacked the outside flanks and space of the defending outside back, decides to play a ball back to the middle of the field, and a classy little finish by the Swansea attacking player over the goalkeeper, and that's just it. It was a fantastic tournament for this age group. It was nice to have these international teams over and watch them perform, and I thought it was a very even playing field, aside from FC Porto, who walked away with the championship.
I tell you what, I do a lot of these tournaments. You see a lot of football this past week for the LA Galaxy. This was a lot of fun to watch. A tip of the hat to you, my friend, for putting on such a great show. LA Galaxy Youth Ambassador and a pretty good color commentator, Dan Kennedy. Thank you. A whole lot of fun, Dan.
Well, thanks for coming out, Christian.
Absolutely. So the comeback complete. Cameron Congreve with 2 goals, and the winner put in by Luke Salter. The final score here from Orange County Great Park. The LA Galaxy 2, Swansea City 3. On behalf of all the good people here in the Southland, my partner Dan Kennedy, I'm Christian Miles saying so long from Irvine.